Happy Hallows Eve, everyone. Welcome to the 420 podcast. Today we have another ghost story called The Devil's Bong.
Ooh, sounds right up our alley.
It is. And to make it extra special, we're going to do things a little differently. We're going to read the whole story first, and then we can really get into all the creepy details and symbolism and everything.
I love that. That way we all have that shared experience, to draw from.
Exactly. So get comfy, and let's get spooked.
Mm.
A group of friends, breath misting in the cool night air, approached the dilapidated cabin. The forest around them was thick with shadows. The only light, a sliver of moon peeking through the skeletal branches. They'd heard whispers of this place, tales of strange happenings, and a darkness that lingered long after the sunset. But tonight, fueled by youthful bravado and a healthy dose of Halloween spirit, they were determined to uncover its secrets.
Classic horror movie setup, right?
Totally. Okay, so the cabin's door creaked open like a sigh, revealing a dusty interior lit only by their flickering flashlights. As they ventured deeper, one of the friends stumbled upon a hidden compartment beneath the floorboards. Inside, nestled amongst cobwebs and decay, lay a horn. Not just any horn, but a massive, intricately carved piece of bone, blackened with age and etched with symbols that seemed to writhe under their beams of light.
Uh-oh, I'm getting chills already.
Me too. It gets creepier. A nervous laughter rippled through the group. It was an unsettling find, radiating an aura of ancient power that sent shivers down their spines. Yet, in their excitement, they brushed aside the unease, deciding it would make the perfect, albeit unorthodox, bong. They cleaned it as best they could, packed it with what they called the finest stash, and gathered around a makeshift table. As the clock chimed midnight, the first friend took a long, deep inhale.
Here we go.
Right. The smoke, strangely crimson in the dim light, tasted like embers, leaving a warmth that spread through their lungs and settled in their gut like a glowing coal.
Whoa, that imagery is intense.
It is, and it gets even weirder. The air crackled, shadows danced on the walls, and the few remaining light bulbs flickered erratically. Then a booming laughter, deep and guttural, echoed through the cabin, seeming to emanate from the horn itself. Panic surged through the group as monstrous shapes began to coalesce from the shadows. Glowing eyes pierced the darkness, claws scraped against the wooden floor. The creatures, grotesque parodies of animals, radiated a palpable malice that sent the friends scrambling back in terror.
Okay, this is getting really freaky now.
I know, right? So in a moment of desperate inspiration, they remembered an old saying, "If you get into trouble with the devil's lettuce, finish the devil's lettuce." Seeing no other option, they took turns drawing deep from the horn, each hit sending more crimson smoke billowing into the air, pushing back the creatures inch by inch. The cabin became a whirlwind of acrid smoke, cough, and panicked prayers.
Oh, wow. They're fighting back with, well, more smoke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So finally, as the first rays of dawn pierced through the grimy windows, the last of the creatures vanished with a final, defiant shriek. The friends, exhausted and shaken, stared at the horn lying on the table, its carving seeming to pulse with a malevolent energy. Without a word, they carried it back to the woods, returning it to its hiding place beneath the floorboards of the abandoned cabin. As they fled, they could hear the faint echo of laughter, a chilling reminder of the night's horrors.
Chills, man. Literal chills.
So what did you think?
I mean, wow. Where do we even begin?
Right. There's so much to unpack.
Okay, first off, that whole thing with the smoke tasting like embers and the warmth feeling like a glowing coal, like, what's that all about?
I know, it's super vivid, right?
It's like almost biblical, you
Yeah.
know? Like a descent into hell or something, and
Yeah.
that laughter is just, ugh, so creepy.
I know, right? It's like this constant reminder that they're messing with something
Yeah.
way beyond their understanding.
Literally. And you know what else is interesting is like they stumbles onto this classic horror trope, right?
Unsuspecting characters and a cursed object.
Yeah. But instead of like a haunted doll or a creepy amulet, it's this ancient horn they turned into a bong.
So true.
Huh.
It's almost like satirical in a way.
Totally. But the danger, though, it's like very real.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of danger, can we talk about those creatures?
Yeah. Those grotesque parodies of animals, they are terrifying.
I know, right? Like, what do you think that means?
It's like a distortion of the natural order, you know?
Hmm.
They're not just monsters. They're like these twisted reflections of the world we know, as if
Yeah.
the smoke, like, warped reality itself.
Ooh, that's a good point. And then the whole solution, like smoking all the cursed stash, it's kind of ironic, don't you think?
Yeah, totally. It's like they have to go deeper into the very thing that's causing all the chaos.
Exactly. It's not like it's a moral endorsement or anything, but it definitely highlights the idea of responsibility, you know?
Yeah. Even if you stumble into something unknowingly, you still have to deal with the consequences of your actions.
And that ending,
Yeah.
with the laughter lingering.
It's like a warning, right? Like, some things are better left undisturbed.
Totally. And that creepy laughter echoing in the woods as they run away. So chilling.
It's a perfect way to end the story. It leaves you with this feeling of unease, like the threat isn't really gone. And it makes you wonder, like, what would you do if you found the devil's bong?
Ooh, that's a good question to think about, especially on Hallows Eve.
Right.
Well, everyone, thanks for joining us. Stay safe out there. Have a spooky Hallows Eve. And maybe think twice before you light up anything ancient.
In Hallows Eve.
See you next time.